One of your business clients made a major financing decision this year. They bought a building, or they refinanced, or they acquired a big piece of equipment, and you were probably one of the first people they told as their accountant, before they even called a bank in many cases. And that one decision was worth somewhere between $5,000 and $15,000 in revenue, and none of it came to you. The reflex is to say that this lending just isn't your lane. That's banker territory, not accountant territory. But by the time that the client picks up the phone, you've already done the hardest part of a commercial loan broker's work. You just handed it away for free. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what that handoff is worth, why you're the one who already did all of the work to create that value, and the two ways that you can start getting paid on it without adding a single billable hour. I'm Shane Walton, co-founder of the Commercial Loan Broker Institute. We've launched more than 400 commercial loan brokerages around the country, and the brokers we support have placed well over $2 billion in funding through the lender network that we built and run. And here's what we see again and again through these businesses. Accountants and CPAs become some of the strongest commercial brokers out there because they walk in the door having already done the work that everybody else needs to learn to enter as a broker. So let me show you exactly what I mean. The opportunity I'm describing, it's not theoretical, it's not something that might come along someday. This is something that's already happened to you this year. Every year, your clients buy buildings, refinance, they finance equipment, they fund acquisitions, and you're usually the most trusted voice in the room when they figure out how to do that. And right now, all of it gets handed off to a banker or a loan broker, and you capture none of it. So let's fix that. But to fix it, you first need to understand what a commercial loan broker actually does before they ever earn a dime. Before a broker can tell anyone, yes, I can fund this, or no, I can't help you, they've got a stack of work to do first. They have to go find real estate investors and business owners. Then they have to figure out which of those people actually need financing right now, and which ones out of those are viable, the ones that a lender would say yes to. And then they have to learn that person's financial history, their company's goals, what they've already got going on and what's holding them back. And they need to learn this well enough to know whether there's even a real deal there. And only then can the broker actually make a move. So if you read that list back, connecting with business owners and investors, earning their trust, knowing who needs capital, knowing their full financial picture, you're already doing every bit of it naturally as part of your work. You've checked most of those boxes before a broker's made a single phone call. You're doing the broker's job. You're just not getting paid for it. And that's not luck. It's 4 specific advantages that you already hold as an accountant. Advantages that a broker typically has to spend years earning. So let's start with trust. A broker can spend years earning enough trust for a client to take their financing recommendations. But your clients, they already hand you their books. They take your word for where their finances are going. Trust is the broker's scarcest asset, but you already have it. Second is deal flow. Brokers go hunting for clients who are about to need capital, but you see it first. You're privy to the expansion plans, the equipment orders, the costly debt that they really should refi, the upcoming cash crunch in their seasonal business. Whatever it is, you see the implications first. And the third advantage is the financial read. Before a broker can place a deal, they have to pull the borrower's financials. They have to go over them, decode them. But you already have them. You built them. So you can size up whether a deal is bankable in minutes. And fourth, there's the advantage of numbers fluency. Debt service coverage, loan to value, debt structure, cash flow. The whole underwriting conversation is in the language that you speak every day. The thing that intimidates a new broker is just routine for you. So you hold all 4 of those advantages right now, which makes the next part sting a little. Because right now you give all of that immense advantage away for free. The client needs financing and you do what you've always done. You send them over to a banker you know. Think about what that referral actually is, though. It's a trusted, pre-qualified, ready to fund introduction. You did the discovery. You vetted the numbers. You handed over a deal with financials ready to go that's basically ready to close. And that's real work, and it's worth real money to whoever catches the opportunity. You created the deal, but you're the only person in the chain who doesn't get paid on it. So let's put a real number on that. Commercial loan commissions typically run about 1 to 10 points. And a point is just 1% of the loan amount. So 2 points is 2%, 3 points, 3%. Take a $500,000 deal. At 1 point, that's going to be $5,000 in commission. At 2 points, that's going to be $10,000 in commission. If you have a more typical $1 million deal, that's going to be at 1 point, $10,000 in commission. 2 points, $20,000 in commission. And that's all off of one funded loan, off of one client that you already have. Now let's line that up against the work that you already built. We'll take tax returns first. A business tax return runs somewhere around $1,000 to $1,500. That's straight off the national fee surveys, the NSA and NATP numbers and the current fee guides. So one moderate loan is worth roughly 7 to 10 business returns. Monthly bookkeeping, on the other hand, that runs about $300 to $400 a month. We'll call it $3,600 to $4,800 per year per client. Again, going by current market pricing. So that same loan is worth 2 or 3 years of bookkeeping for that one client. And then there's the hours. The IRS puts the average business return at about 24 hours of work for a tax preparer. Your billing is being rented against your time. Every dollar you make costs you hours that you can't get back. The financing decision that you watched a client make this year could be worth more than everything else you'll bill that client for 2 or 3 years running. And that's all coming from one relationship you already own without a single extra billable hour. Now, these commission numbers, they move with the deal, the size, the lender, how it's structured. So treat the 1 to 3 points as typical, not guaranteed. It could be much higher than that. It's the same with the tax and the bookkeeping figures. These are market averages and they shift by firm, by region. How do you actually capture this revenue? There are 2 ways. And the only real difference is how much you want to do compared to how much you want to earn. Path 1 is to partner with a broker who pays you. You make the same introductions that you already make, except now it goes to a broker partner who cuts you a check for every funded deal. There's almost no added work in this path. You keep less of the total revenue that's being generated on that funding opportunity, but your practice stays exactly as it is currently. And then there's path 2. That's where you guide the financing yourself. You step into the broker role on your own clients' deals and you keep that full commission for yourself. And you deepen your relationship with the client while you do. It's more work, but it's a lot more pay. And both of these paths are completely doable. No one asks you in either path to give up your practice. This is exactly where we spend our time at CLBI. We support both of these paths for accountants, CPAs, bookkeepers, and tax preparers. We have a referral program that makes sure you're paid on every funded deal you send over. And we have a full brokerage launch program that is designed exclusively for tax preparers and accountants that hands you the tools, the training, the resources, and the lender network so that you can place the capital for your clients yourself. So why don't more accountants already do this? If the advantages are this significant, the money's this good, why isn't every CPA already doing it? And why haven't you heard about it from every CPA? The answer is pretty simple. Nobody frames lending as sitting right next to your office. Right? Accountants get trained to treat financing as the bank's department, something that you refer out on reflex and never really think about again. Those 4 advantages that we covered, they've always been yours. But nobody ever told you how much money they were actually worth. So here's where this all lands. The work is already done. The trust, the deal flow, the financial read, the numbers fluency, all of those advantages are already yours. The only decision left is whether you keep handing it away for free or whether you take some of that revenue for yourself. And if something in this clip, the real question now isn't whether the advantage is there, it's how an accountant actually turns it into funded deals. So that's the next video I want you to check out, the accountant's secret advantage in commercial lending. It picks up right where this one leaves off. So go take a look at the work you're already doing and what it's actually worth. And in the meantime, get out there, give big to your clients and your lenders, and let's make this world a better place together.